Welcome back to Construction Simulator 3 Console Edition Part 4 with me, Mr. Searley P. I ended the last episode, Part 3, coming down here at the gravel pit to collect the medal, the egg, which I've done. I'm going to have a go at picking up, I think, a campaign today. The contracts are individual jobs. The campaigns are jobs, well, it's multiple jobs within one overriding job. Workshop's locked. We've got road construction repair. I want to do something multiple. I'm thinking landscaping. We'll build a terrace. I'll have a go at building a terrace. There's a few different things: earth moving, goods delivery, unload, bulk. I think I've got the machinery I need for doing this. I think I have. Required function, soil compaction, rank 1. Isn't that's to do with vehicles though, isn't it? I think but I can still lease vehicles, so I should be alright. Okay, I need to go to wherever the construction site is, so I'll follow the yellow marker and we'll head off there. Just change the camera angle. While I'm doing that, just want to wish a happy birthday to Charlie for yesterday. Charlie was 6 yesterday, watches my videos. His dad said he'd be over the moon, so happy birthday for yesterday, Charlie. Hope you had a fantastic day. Enjoy the video. I've decided to start skipping bits of the journey, but I will show you where we are on the map because otherwise you're just watching me driving to and from all the time. So this is the construction site. We're in the sort of little bit of the town. There's a house that needs some work, apparently. I can already see there's a big pile of earth. This is where we are in the town. So, what do we got to do? I need to bring over the I keep wanting to say JCB, but it's the backhoe, isn't it? We'll get that over. So switch vehicles, just switching between vehicles. Drive this over. I'll need to use this for some earth moving, as it's the only thing I own, to be fair. Right, I probably don't need the beacon on anymore. It's not a marked out area though. Oh, there is the cones over the back. Can I need to do anything over there? Oh, okay, cutscene. That's good. Means I don't have to worry about where I was supposed to be going to. I don't know what's up with Farm Dog today. If you don't normally watch my farming simulator videos, you're new to my channel just by watching this. Farm Dog, my dog, just likes to bark in the background at various different things. But anyway, going to get our hands dirty. How hard can it be? Garden landscaping is hard work. The Huber family. So we're building a terrace for the Huber family. Flatten the ground. We can load soil into the dump truck if we want to, using the front loader on the backhoe. Now it does say flatten the ground. So what I'll do, I'll dig if it lets me. I'll try to remove some of the soil, the mound there. I'm just flicking between cameras. That's the one thing that you kind of bounce between. Every time you change function, it kind of zooms you back out again. But that's, it's a minor thing. Right, let's drop this down. I don't want to dig a hole. I just want to take off the top, and then once the top's removed, then we'll flatten it. I think. And it's just a slightly different angle on the bucket, but we are picking up earth. That's good. That's after my foray into doing this up at our own warehouse site, and it took me ages to level the ground. I'm hoping this is a little bit faster at getting it done. So we kind of have moved a little bit more away from the prescribed step by step. You still get the instructions, what you've got to do, and you can click on that every now and again to see what it is your job parameters are for the time being. But we are now able to pick and choose what jobs we do. If we want to do individual jobs, if we want to do a campaign, what sort of campaign we want to do. And I suppose we're going to be a bit freer now to buy machinery and things that we want. Obviously there's certain things we're going to need for jobs that we're doing, but other than that, we should be alright. It's funny how the bucket will fill to a point and then it just seems to ride up, and I don't know if you need to come at certain piles of earth from different angles to get it all properly up. I mean, I don't know whether there's only a certain amount, because it did say it just needed the ground flattened. I'll just take what I need to, I suppose, or what I can, and then I'll switch to flattening it and we'll see what happens. If it doesn't like the flattening, I'll take some more earth away and I'll just bounce between the two functions until I get it to where it needs to be. Yeah. I think I'm as far as I'm going to go with digging, or at least scraping, removing the earth from the top of the pole. What we'll do now is push it. We'll try and level it. If it does leave me with a mound of earth that needs to be removed, then I'll just remove the earth. But for the time being, we'll just get that into the ground at a slightly different angle. And now we're just pushing the earth. We'll just flatten this. That's what the initial instruction really was. So, well, I'm sure it'll all be good. Okay, so I'm pushing quite a bit of earth out the other side. I may have to clear that up, I don't know. Hopefully not. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. Right, clear the area. Let's get everything out of the way for the next task, whatever that might be. So like I say, whereas the individual jobs, it might be that you've got to clear something like this, and that's the individual job. You get paid however much it is. You come and clear like I've just done, and that's the job done. The campaign situation is that I've done that, but now I've got something else I've got to do, and it will be multiple steps through this process. At least that's what I'm assuming. Right, building a terrace. That's fine for now. Let's start with the Huber's new terrace. Create a stable foundation. We should compact the ground. And this is what it said earlier, wasn't it, about I didn't have the function level 1 or whatever it was, because I don't own a compactor. So we'll have to look at leasing one. Let's go over to the vehicle dealer. And what did I use last time? I used the Bowmag last time, didn't I? I did a job. Let's use the cat. We'll rent it. We're not buying one yet. To be honest with you, we're making money at a fairly good rate. So having vehicles delivered, especially things like a compactor or a roller, makes way more sense. It's going to be so much quicker getting the stuff there, isn't it? So phase 2 of this, then we're compacting. I'm going to change it. I like the static camera because I like to be able to move the camera into a position that helps me for what I'm doing, but then stays there. If you leave it on the tracking camera, you move it around to one side and then it will swing back around to the back of the vehicle every time. So I mean, that's not to say that the camera angles I always pick are perfect, and to be honest with you, sometimes they're not. What do I need to do? Oh, I need to turn it on. So you have to turn on the compactor. Now, someone did say, and I did say in that video, I said, well, turning it on, what does that do? It doesn't make it any heavier. But someone said in the real world, and you'll probably notice in a minute, you get a vibration. So put it on compacting. See that? The ground, you've got the dust coming out. It vibrates it, it kind of thumps it as well, so as it's rolling it's got a kind of vibration function too, which helps with the compacting process. So what we're going to do now, so let's go backwards and forwards, clear this up. So this is where the terrace is going to go. I'm assuming the fact we dug out that bit at the front, we're going to be putting something out there as well. Did you say building a terrace? But I assume because it's under landscaping, we're going to be doing a whole kind of landscaping project, so to speak. I'm just thinking to myself now, when you think about doing something like this, and this is just a basic landscaping project, the various different functions you've got to do, the different bits of machinery, the delivery of building materials and whatever else you've got to do. Building something like a tower block or an actual house, or that's going to be a really intricate process, isn't it? I've missed loads of bits. I should have just gone up and back and up and back and then just moved it a little bit each time, but I was obviously just too impatient. So now I've got to swing back over to the other side. Do that bit and it should come up task complete. I've only got a little bit left to do. I suppose that function's no different to a whacker plate, you know, the ones that vibrate to flatten down asphalt and tarmac and small bits like that. I suppose it's the same thing, isn't it? What am I doing? Daydreaming, that's what I'm doing. Fantastic. Right, that's that done. Move this out of the area, and then what do we need to do next? Turn that off, I think. It's probably a good idea, isn't it? That's still vibrating. Oh, 15 grand. Oh, so it does it in stages, so you get paid for each stage. No, it did say like cleared the site. There was the different options on there. And then, okay, so we now got to go and get some stuff. Pallet of concrete bags, 3 lots of lumber. So we can return this then. We don't need this anymore. I don't think we're going to need this anymore. Oh, we can always rent it again if we have to. But I have got, if I'm going to go and collect building materials, I have got the soil in here. So I'm going to have to go to the gravel pit, get rid of the soil first, and then we'll go around to the builder's merchant and we'll pick up the supplies we need. So I'll see you at the gravel pit momentarily. So for unloading, it's just where I did that job on, was it part 2, part 3, can't remember which one it was now. Just back it up into here. Now because I've got the camera set on static, it stays in that position. If I had it in the other one, that's what gives you the option when the camera swings around, gives you like the reverse angle. So it just depends which camera angle you're happier with, or you can bounce between different ones if you want to. So selling the earth may be 755. So that's the thing, the earth I just sold more than covered the cost of having the compactor delivered. So I think this is going to be one of those games where it's not going to be overly difficult to make money. Certainly doesn't seem to be at the moment. That said, I would imagine machinery is going to be expensive to buy, some of the bigger stuff, so we're going to need to make money fairly quickly. Right, builder's merchant. What I'll do, if I pull up, because I'm going to have to load up, unless I can have stuff delivered, I'll get it ready for loading up. If I don't need to load up, not a problem. So we'll switch to that, open up the legs, get the crane ready, and then we'll enter the building material supplier and we'll get our supplies. Okay, in we go. So, this is what we need for the contract. But if we keep pressing the filter button, you can have everything, task only, or complete job. So for the entire job I'm doing, the entire campaign, I'm going to need all of that. For the task I'm doing at the moment, I only need the pallet of concrete bags and the lumber. So you can just come in and buy everything you need for the entire campaign you're running in one hit, especially if you're going to deliver it to site. It's not giving me the option to deliver to construction site or auto load at the moment. So I'm just having it to go, each one of those. So that should now be ready for me to pick up. So we can open up the crane now. Let's go to hook camera. It's a little bit easier to see. I'm just trying to think, we're going to be able to get all of that on. If I can get it all over in one load, in one run, I'm going to keep coming backwards and forwards to the builder's merchant. And I suppose as well, as you move further through this, if you can get bigger vehicles with longer trailer beds and those kind of things, using a forklift and loading, because I think in here, when I went on that original menu, it did give me the option to access forklift, so I think some of these sites have a forklift. So you better get way more building supplies onto a vehicle. Right. Bring that up. Do I need to rotate it? Depends where I'm going to place it, I guess. That'll do. You can be as precise as you want to be with this. If you want to be absolutely spot on, perfect and really precise, you can take it in and you can adjust the angle and you can lower it down and get it exactly where you need it, then click unload. Realistically, when you get to a point where it gives you the option to unload and it gives you that kind of box where it shows you it can be unloaded to, you can just click unload and it will do it kind of for you. So it's a semi-automatic loading function really. But it does make life a little bit easier. Right, last one of these. I think then I'm going to put this, if it will allow me, on top, because the last one just showed a kind of a raised position. So if I can put this on top of the other two, yeah, I'll stick it on top. If I put the far side, doesn't really matter. So I've got a pallet to get on and the two saplings as well. What do I want to do with the saplings? Didn't even think to question that. It was just under building supply or under job supplies. Let's get some saplings. I'm just going to move this. I just suddenly thought I was a bit too far away, so I needed to just move the vehicle over. And again, some of these functions we're going to get to a point, especially if you've been watching right from the very first episode I've done, that you're not necessarily going to want to watch me just open and closing the support legs and open and closing the back of the load bed all the time. So if I'm going to move the vehicle and reset some of those bits, I'll just skip it, you know. Right, if I put that in the gap at the... Oh, I could put it on top. No, I'll put it in the gap. The saplings are only small. I'm sure I can probably get them both in that gap, can't I? We shall see. First time doing saplings. Whoops, wrong button. Why is the gap... Oh, it's because I'm right up against the building. I couldn't work out why I couldn't zoom out again. Let's get the farther one first. Farther, furthest. Farthest away. No! Oh. Okay. I have to reset that. I can try and pick it up, or I can use the reset function. If I go into construction view, I should be able to reset. So I can put that down. Is that going to let me put it down in the corner? No, right in the middle. Oh, okay, so that's going to take up as much space as a pallet. I don't think it's going to let me. Right. Triangle, construction view. L1 or R1, over to the sapling, and reset. Right, now we're standing up again. Let's try and load this, shall we? Got a funny feeling I have to reload things. I might have to move a few bits around on this. If I do, I do. Yep. Wouldn't fit. Put the pallet up on the top and the two saplings on the back. Reset the crane. Switch vehicle mode, and then we'll close the back up. So everything is ready for transport. So let's get this back over to the construction site. And here we are. One thing I've noticed, even when I did the rocks on that previous episode, it doesn't seem to give you a feel of weight. Like it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like it lumbers. It kind of moves in exactly the same way as it does when it's empty. And I think someone asked me that, does it feel different? It doesn't, in all honesty. I think once it's loaded and you've secured the load, it's not too bad. You don't get a feeling like it's going to tip over or anything like that when you go around corners. Okay, so unload. Ah, mind you though, what am I going to do with the saplings? Because it only wants these for this particular task. So whilst I have gathered up all of my supplies, what will I do with them? Okay, well, oops, a bit higher I think. Right, it's gone very dark all of a sudden. The time on this is sped up. There's nothing you can do about that. There's no. I looked at the settings. There's no way to change that in the settings. So it runs through a day cycle and night cycle very, very quickly. So I'm finding that when I'm doing jobs, even if it's individual jobs, but especially with this doing a campaign, a job that you think shouldn't take you too long, you're going through almost an entire day cycle, and sometimes a day and night cycle, especially if you're slow at loading, unloading, or whatever it is you're doing, or you're learning a new function, or you're doing something. So I've already moved now into dusk, I guess. There's no clock up on the screen anywhere, but it does go through these cycles fairly quickly. Alright, that's one. Well, one pallet of wood. It's really weird. I'm still finding sometimes the crane, I'll use it and it moves like butter, just absolutely no problem at all. Fluid, smooth, boom, off it goes. And I seem to get it all right. Everything moves the way I want it to. Then sometimes, just like my brain just turns to mush and I turn it the wrong direction. I can't, I don't know why. It's weird how that happens. I wonder if it will just let me put the saplings down out the way somewhere. Because this has got a very specific place where they need to be put. Oh, I don't knock those over on the back. Can I bring that back a little bit? Oh, I should have just rotated it. No, it doesn't matter. Saplings aren't moving. Yeah, so whether it will let me just put them down anywhere or not, I don't know, but we'll try that in a minute as well. Swing it around the other way. And as soon as it goes green, we are task complete. Fantastic. Right, clear the area. So I assume this is where the terrace is going to be. We'll reset that. Switch that. I won't secure the load bed because I want to unload. Oh, yeah, I better add. I don't know what's happened with the saplings actually. Oh, okay. Place the wooden elements of the terrace at the... I'm going to unload these saplings. I could leave them on the back, I guess. I'm only going to use the crane. But if it will let me put them on the ground, I'll get them unloaded. And as you can see to the right now, I've got there's some wooden sections that need to be lifted. The concrete pads have already been done for the base of the terrace. I suppose we'd refer to it as a deck, would we? In the UK, I don't know, terrace deck, whatever. So I've got to move those two into place. So let's just move this. Why did I go all the way around that way? I could have just gone to the right. See what I mean? How sometimes your brain just switches off. I could have just come off the other way, couldn't I? Don't know why I went all the way around the front of the cab. Okay, it has let me unload. That's good. So I can just put those down anywhere. I'll stick this one next to it. Out of the way. No, don't knock it over again. That was close. Fantastic. Right. Let's move this and we'll do these wooden sections. That's obviously the next step. I want to get to a point I can get one of those big Liebherr cranes and you can just back it up into the corner of the plot and then you can just move stuff around on the entire site without having to keep moving a smaller vehicle. I suppose that's the point you'll get to when you're doing bigger construction. You'll be able to just set that up and away you go. Bring your building materials on another vehicle and then just use the static crane for unloading. That'd be quite cool. There's only two of these boards to do, and there's there's one blue section where they've got to be put down. So I don't know if I've got to. Surely I haven't got to deliver more lumber, have I? All that lumber I delivered, I suppose there's all supports down the ground for the base of the deck, or the. That's one. Don't know. And that's two. Oh, okay. Clear the area. Seemed to do a lot of that. Get out the way. Okay, after some time. Place falling objects. Okay, so that's not bad. So most of the deck's been done. Obviously we've done that off screen. Off camera. And it's just the last two then. So we do the first two, the last two. I shouldn't have closed the stuff up when I was done. But is that going to reach? Yep, that's alright. This one. What am I doing with this crane arm? Right, that's better. Into place. Last one. What's next after this, I wonder? We've got saplings, we've got to put those somewhere. We've got the area we dug out earlier. Thought it'd be a little bit easier to swing round. The light's coming from this side as well. Fantastic. Right, another job done. What a surprise. Clear the area. What's next then? Get out of this box. Oh, okay, we've levelled up. Oh, I still haven't used my point from before. What I'll probably do, maybe not in this episode, oh, challenge masters as well. Everyone starts small. Nice. Is, I think at the start of the next episode, I'll, a privacy screen. Excavate the following area. Where? Oh, that little hole, okay. Yeah, so what I'll do is start the next episode. We'll use up, so I've got 2 level up points to use, haven't I? XP points, so I need to get some more. I said at the end of the last episode about doing that, but I'll get all this done and then we'll worry about it later. So, switched over. Use the backhoe for digging the hole, it's only a small hole. I think I might have a go at doing it in camp, you know. I may regret saying that. But we'll have a go, why not? So we need to open it up. Let's change camera. Driver's seat. Oh, okay, that's not a great angle, is it? I can't even see the bucket. I'll turn it to one side a little bit so I can just see where I am, angle-wise. Right, am I in the right place? I'm actually watching the shadow. Look at the shadow on the ground. That's actually helping to work out where it's going to actually go. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay. How many scoops is this going to require to dig this hole? Am I in the hole? Yep, we're in. Another bucket. Okay, it's going to be a big hole. I'm assuming I have to do this twice as well because I've got 2 saplings, haven't I? No, if I missed some. Oh, that went a little bit glitchy. What's happening there with the... Got a bit of a flicker there. Nope, it's empty that. Obviously just didn't have it quite at the right angle. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, okay. Excavate the following marked area. Okay, so I've got to do another one. Where is the marked area? Let's empty the bucket on that. I don't know where the marked area is. Let's reset it. Come back out. Oh, it's right underneath where we are. Just by the back wheel. Let's move forward. Just to repeat that process. Oh, the other thing as well is I'm going to have to move those little piles of earth. I didn't have to when I dug out the front bit by the front door. So hopefully... Right, let's go again. Repeat of that process. Just want to get the bucket into the right position. Watch the shadow. I'm at a slightly different angle this time though. Oh no, hang on. Where's the shadow touching the ground? I'm pretty sure excavator operators don't watch the shadows on the ground for doing their job. But hey, I'll take any help I can get. That's two. I'll get a third. Didn't quite get the bucket grab right last time, so if I can get this in properly this time. Yep. Nice. Right. Place the following objects. So the two saplings I've got go into those holes. I might have to clear the site, perhaps. I'm going to have to move out of the way anyway, aren't I? Let's get out of here. Don't know if I'm going to need it again. I might well do. Switch over. Now, I'm wondering, can I get this positioned right in between these? Just wondering, will the boom be long enough? It should be, shouldn't it? If I just park it up to just be able to pick them up and move them over, rather than load them up and move them, just pick them up and swing the whole thing round. If I'm lucky. I'm just thinking this one down to the bottom right, or left now, might be a little bit too far. But it's got quite a good reach on this. Ah, no, we'll be alright. It looked worse from the other angle. Right. There's my marker. There it is. Extend it. Perfect. Right. Don't knock it over. Note to self. It's certainly an interesting process, running through various different aspects of a job. So I think what I'll probably do next episode as well, I'm going to try and look for one that maybe does some road repair or something where I can lay tarmac, asphalt, however you want to refer to it. Maybe dig a road, or I don't know what's available. We'll just keep an eye out and I'll try and pick something like that. I want to use some different machinery. I suppose as the money starts to go up, we can start looking at buying something new as well. 1 ton. Don't keep it up, 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 up. Okay. This one's a bit closer. Fantastic, almost spot on. Almost, but not quite. Right then. So now we turn our attention back to the hole we dug right at the start. Unload bulk in... Unload bulk. Bulk. Is that gravel? I assume it's just gravel, is it? Right, we'll skip the journey to the gravel pit. But I assume it means gravel. We don't want to buy soil, but more soil back in there. That wouldn't make sense at all. I'm assuming if it meant cement or concrete or something, we'd have to have a cement mixer or something like that. So it's got to be gravel, hasn't it? I need to reset the camera. I'm too far back. Whoa. Yeah, because the other one's sand. Gravel, soil, sand. It's got to be gravel. Something I've just noticed. It's just suddenly dawned on me. I haven't had any more of the inverted pyramids, the markers to show you where to go. Gravel's expensive, isn't it? Right, I don't know if I'm going to need a full load. I assume so. I came around that corner a little bit too fast. Road warrior. Is that because I'm speeding? Or is that just because I've done a lot of driving? I don't know. I'm not knocking it though. That was a nice old payout, that. So, unload and drive forward at the same time, I would imagine, is the order of the day here. Am I going to have to compact this afterwards? Maybe I should have kept hold of the compactor. The roller. We'll see. Okay, why is that missed a bit? Back up. Oh, right, put it back down, put it back down. I'm wasting gravel. Clear the area. So I can sell what's left back. Right, let's get out of the way. Oh, okay. Job complete. It's okay, I guess. You're supposed to be my mentor, not... That's just rude. New contracts, might get a job from the town someday. Okay. Job complete. Bonus 3,400. So I'm thinking if I could use one of my level up points for increasing my XP and payments, so I'll always get a better bonus as well. Right then, I'm going to take this gravel, unload. I think that's the end of the contract. That's where we're going to stop it. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I'm happy with that. We've done a landscaping job, building a terrace, a few different jobs in that. Like I say, I'm going to try and aim to do something maybe with tarmac, asphalt, road, something like that. But anyway, that's the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.